Ray, you're muted, honey. You're muted. Ask to unmute. Maybe I have to do it.
I don't know what I did.
There we go. No, you're good. You're good. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I don't know what I did. I have a screen up. I can't see any of you, so hopefully you can see me. As you can tell, I'm technology challenged, so that is why we have our special guest here to teach us some incredible tips on social media. So guys, I'm super humbled and so honored that Megan has taken some time out of her day to spend with us. Guys, she is not on our team. We benefit nothing to her, and she is just so big-hearted that she's willing to take some time out and just pour into us. So if you have a pen and paper, please make sure that it's ready. This is Meagan DeSart. She is a mom of 3. She's been in networking for 8 years. She retired herself from her psychology career, been a top 5 income earner in her last 2 companies. This girl is a rock star. She's done over 11 million in lifetime sales. She's spoken on Ray Higdon's stage. She was also on his reality show, Play to Win. And not only that, but guys, she is flying through the ranks here at the top of the comp plan already. She has mastered growing a quality following on social media and creating endless leads. So if you are somebody who is like me and clueless when it comes to social media, make sure your pen is ready because she's a firecracker, and I am so excited for her to share her wisdom. So take it away, Meagan.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Well, thanks for hopping on here. I'm honored to be here and excited to share all my social media tips and tricks. We're going to have some fun today. So drop in the chat box a fire emoji or ready to have fun. We are going to rock and roll this. So, social media has given us such a great way to reach so many people very quickly, right? Like if you guys are from network marketing, when we were doing belly to belly or before social media was super big, you could go and do a meeting and reach, 25 people. But now you have the ability on social media to reach thousands with one video, right? Thousands of people with one video. So I'm just going to go through, I've mastered social media. Since I've been here, I came in on day 1, August 18th, and I've personally enrolled 100 people. And so I've done that all through social media. And so who wants to enroll 100 people in the next month? So I'm gonna break it down for you. Now, some of this is going to piggyback what Danielle's social media training, the mindset training, but I have some more relevant, updated social media tips and tricks for you that she didn't go over too. So I'm just going to go through these. So first, the most important is your profile picture. Your profile picture needs to be you. If you guys could just make sure you're muted, that would be awesome. Your profile picture needs to be you and not your cat, not just your kid, right? If it's you and your husband or you and your family or you and your kid, that's fine. But you have to be the highlight of your profile picture. You should look happy. Do not make it a mugshot. And your cover photo should not be the Awakend banner, okay? We want to leave curiosity marketing so that people have to have a conversation with you. So your banner, your cover photo, it can be something simple. Mine is simple, but it kind of encapsulates who I am. So your cover photo should really kind of encapsulate who you are, like a passion of yours. Some people like to do like a collage that has like their family or their passions, right? Some people, mine's a quote. But it really, if you go to my profile page and if you know me, you're like, yep, that's definitely Meagan. So that's kind of about your profile picture and cover photo. Next, I want to talk about how you show up on social media. You got to stop being so vanilla on social media. So what do I mean by that? You have to stop just posting an inspirational quote every day. That is very vanilla and not very scroll stopping. And after a while, it just kind of becomes boring and it doesn't really let people know who you are. So you have to learn how to show up on social media, sharing who you are as a person and being authentically you, like all the different facets of you. So what I tell people to really kind of help with this is to sit down and just brain dump on a piece of paper everything about you, things that you like, topics you're passionate about, what are your hobbies, characteristics, what fuels you, what drives you, right? Where do you like to shop? Are you a mom that bakes all the cookies for the school functions, or do you go to the store and buy them? Are you an Amazon Prime mom, or do you sew at home, right? Those kinds of things. What kind of things light you up, right? Where do you like to shop? What kind of passions do you have? What kind of topics do you have? What are your priorities? What are your, like, I call them your 5 pillars. So after you just brain dump tons of things about you, right? I want you to circle 5 things that really jump out at you that kind of are like, yes, that's really who I am, right? That's what's important to me. So like some of mine are my family, my fitness and my health, my spirituality, manifestation stuff, travel, and network marketing, and my business, my career, and leadership. So those are like 5 things that I talk about a lot. So after you kind of, it could be taxidermy. I don't care if you're a taxidermist and that's a passion of yours, like start sharing that on social media. So after you brain dump, you're going to circle 5 things or themes, right? You're going to come up with your 5 pillars. Those are the things that you want to talk about. Those are the things that you can provide inspiration, education, entertainment around, right? Value. The whole thing that you want to do on social media is provide massive value more than anyone else. Like if you come on social media, the first thing I want you to think of is, how do I provide so much value they can't ignore me? They go to my page, and what do I mean by value is meaning they go to your page and they either learn something, they're inspired by something, they're entertained by something, they get some sort of benefit, and they don't have to join your team or buy from you to get that benefit. So really talking about providing value on social media. So get your 5 pillars, and then those topics are topics that you can literally find endless conversations, endless things to share about. You could go to Google. I mean, I love to travel, so I go to Google sometimes and get tips on travel and go live about that, right? So but showing up authentically you is so important. Share the vulnerable parts of your life. Like we all have stories. We all have things struggles we've overcome in the past, right? So start breadcrumbing some of those things. And I know it's scary. I've shared some really scary parts of my life. I'm an ex-homeless meth addict. If you go to my page and scroll down, you'll probably find that in some of my posts. And when I first started sharing that, that scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God, I want to vomit sharing this. But what that's done is it's created this quality following of people. And I'm able to build rapport through my posts rather than building rapport in Messenger and going in and saying, oh, what do you do for fun? Do you have a family? Da, da, da. And it's like this awkward Messenger thing. You build rapport on your social media by sharing and going live and doing video. And we're going to get into some of this stuff. But through your posts and through you sharing your life, that instantly clicks with people and builds rapport and builds connection with people. So you're able to connect with people on a much deeper level than just, I'm a network marketer and I share products and business, right? So if you start sharing some of those things about your life, struggles that you've overcome, things about your past, now where you are now, things that are the grit of you, start getting a little bit gritty on social media, Don't be scared to share about topics that are a little bit controversial. If you're passionate about them, share about them. And I know that sometimes people are going to tell you, oh no, don't share about those things on social media. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to attract your tribe of people, quality following people that will follow you till the ends of the earth, you're going to want to start sharing who you actually are. Because I'm not trying to attract who Susie's trying to attract. Like Susie might think totally different than me. And if I just show up vanilla and just post my like inspirational quote for the day and then about my business and about my product, no one's really going to join me because they're not going to really know who I am. They're gonna be like, well, she's a product pusher and she posts an inspirational quote every day. But why I'm able to recruit massive amounts of people on social media is because they feel like they know, like, and trust me. They know who I am as a person. They know what I stand for. They know some topics that I've shared about that they're like, ooh, that's scary, but I like this chick, right? So be authentically you on social media. Another thing that you want to do before you go live for sure, or before you make any sort of post that you really want a lot of eyeballs on, you're going to do what's called green lighting. So you're going to go onto your social media and you're going to engage for like 10 minutes on other people's lives, posts, you know, go in, leave comments for like 10 minutes. It doesn't matter who they are. Don't get hung up on that. Just go into your feed. Try not to make them all your team members, right? It should be not just your team members, and go in green light for about 10 minutes before you go live. That's going to bring more eyeballs to you. The more you engage on social media, you have to be a giver to receive. If you want engagement on your social media, you have to engage. So you should be spending, you know, 10 to 15 minutes a day engaging with other people's posts, right? Going in people's stories, engaging on people's stories, engaging on posts, and especially right before you like hit that live button, that's a really good time to go do your engagement. But social media wants you to be social, right? It's not like self media, it's social media. So go out there and be social and make some connections. And what that does is it also starts you connecting with people. So not only are they seeing your posts, but now they're like going to be starting to engage with you, watching your stories. And now you have an opportunity to become a friend with that person. And once you become a friend with that person, then you have the balls in your court. You can offer them your opportunity, right? Let's see. Don't overpost. So back in the day when social media kind of first came on the market, 2014, 2015, we were taught to post 5, 6, 7 times a day, right? There were less people fighting for the social media algorithm at that time. But now there's so many people, a lot of network marketers, right? All posting on social media. Why do you think you see the same 10 people's posts all the time, right? So the space that you're fighting for is less. You have less space to fight for. So if you're posting more than twice a day, you're competing not only with your own posts, but you're competing with so many people out there. Facebook's not going to like you. They're going to be like, this girl's over posting. She's trying to steal the feed. So we're just going to put her, they have a rating. Let's go A, B, C, D, E, F, just for, you know, simplicity purposes. They're going to start giving you a C and D rating. And so your algorithm, your posts are going to go lower in the feed. Now, especially for yourself, competing with your own posts. If you post on social media and that post is popping, it's doing great, or you do a live video and it's getting lots of views, lots of comments, do not post again for like 6, 7, maybe all day. Maybe you just leave that post for the day. Do not, because the minute you do, you just killed your previous post. So if you have a good post and you post an hour later, you literally just killed your first post from ever being seen in the algorithm, in the feed. So 1 to 2 quality posts a day, quality over quantity. If you want to post your burrito, that goes in your stories, okay? If you want to post that you went to the bank or whatever, that goes in your stories. So quality over quantity, value on your wall. Everything else, you can flood your stories with. Your stories is where you share more behind the scenes, you know, your everyday stuff, what you're making for lunch, that sort of thing, right? So quality over quantity, 1 to 2 posts a day, and make sure if you're posting 2 times a day, that those are spaced out, okay? So let's talk about the different types of posts before I go into like video and stuff. So basically in a week, you should have 5 different types of posts that you're posting. This is going to help you with how to start getting a social media strategy. I strategize my social media every Sunday night, by the way. Every Sunday I do a planning session. I plan out my week, my calls, all of that, when I'm going to do my income producing activities. And then I also plan out my social media. What kind of post am I posting Monday, Tuesday? When am I going to go live? What kind of reels am I going to do? I also then pick 1 day a week to batch all of my reels and TikToks. And we're going to talk about reels and TikToks because that's, I think, one thing that people probably don't know really how to do. So there's 5 different types of posts in the week. Your first type of post should be something personal about you. What do you bring to the table? Why are you different? Why should people join you? It can be anything, right? Are you a go-getter? Are you, whatever it is? Are you a master manifestor? Something personal about you. It should be in 1 post per week. Your second type of post, something that provides value. Now, a lot of times this is live video or a reel that provides value. It can be a post that provides value. Again, this is like some kind of solution to your prospects' problems. And I'm not talking about a curiosity post for the product. I'm talking about giving them some sort of benefit, education, value, that they read that post or they watch that live and they say, man, I either learned something, I was educated, I was entertained, I was inspired by that piece of content. It can be anything. It can be maybe mental health solutions, how to manage anxiety without meds. I'm big on mindset and manifestation. So a lot of my value is about that topic. Remember your 5 pillars. Now you can look about how to provide value. My health and fitness, like that's a huge part of my life. I look at how I can provide value in that area. Maybe it's like how to stop the nighttime snacking at night, right? And it's a live video. So think about your 5 pillars, and one of your posts per week should be providing value on one of those topics, right? Because that's who you're talking to. You're really just looking for you. You're looking for like-minded people. You're looking for people who have similar interests, who are similar to you, because that's who you're talking to. Really, you're just talking to and trying to help the person that you used to be before you changed your life with network marketing, before you came to this side of the world, when you were still a normal, right? That's who you're trying to talk to. You're just trying to help the person that you used to be. So a value post. Number 3, the third type of post in the week should be some sort of entertainment post. It can be your kids, your dogs, your pets, your grandkids. People love pets, some sort of entertainment. Maybe you're funny. Maybe you have some sort of entertainment. I've done a live video in a hairy man swimsuit before. Yes, I have. That was entertaining. So think about what kind of entertainment you can provide. And it can literally be anything. Maybe it's you find some funny TikTok on TikTok that's funny to you. Like you can post that, right? It's funny. So some sort of entertainment. Number 4, the fourth type of post should be talking about a struggle that you have overcome in the past, what you did to get on the other side, and where you are now. Now, nobody likes a regs to regs story, okay? So it shouldn't be like, I won't be like, yeah, I used to be a homeless meth addict and I still am, right? That would not be good. So we didn't know, people like regs to riches. So some sort of struggle that you've already overcome. Like it shouldn't be like, well, I was broke as a joke and I'm still broke as a joke. So some sort of like, been there, this is what I did to overcome it, where am I at now? And then your 5th type of post in the week should be around your business, your product, your service, your opportunity, right? Curiosity marketing. Now, I will say this. I like to post 2 posts about one about the product more, and then one about the opportunity within a week. So a 6th post, like if you wanted to do like your 5th type of post should be curiosity, and I will throw in one product maybe, or like at the beginning of the week, and then about the opportunity later in the week, or vice versa, right? So you definitely should be talking about the product benefits and the opportunity on your social media in a week, okay? And let me say this about product. You want to talk less about your weed killer and more about their crabgrass. What do I mean by that? You want to talk about the benefits to the benefits, right? So you don't want to just show up and be like, let's pretend this is Zenith. Taking my Zenith today. Mwah. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. No one knows what Zenith is. No one is going to buy it. Okay. But if you like have those capsules and you say, man, down 4 pounds, had pizza this week, these little capsules changing my life. People are like, wait, what? You down 4 pounds? You had pizza this week? Wait, what is that? What? And you don't say Zenith. They're like, wait, what is that white little capsule? Right? Talk about the benefits to the benefits. Or when I say benefits to the benefits, then you say, man, this little capsule right here, I have been struggling on date night for months because nothing fits me right. I've been crying in the closet, don't want to go out. Last night I went out for date night and I found this cute little black dress in the back of my closet. It hasn't fit me for years. Put that on, felt so confident. My husband was like, damn, baby, you look good. I rocked that black dress. I haven't rocked that black dress for years. This white pill right here, changing the game. The benefits to the benefits. Instead of just, I lost 3 pounds, then it's, what are the benefits to the benefits? It's like, what are the benefits outside of the weight loss, right? It's the confidence. It's the black dress. It's my husband thinking I'm sexy again. That's what I mean by benefits to the benefits. That's what speaks to your audience, right? Like if you were to talk about the other women are like, wait, I want to wear a black dress on date night. I haven't worn a black dress either for years. Girl, hook me up. And that's just off the top of my head. There's so many things if you sat down and thought, okay, what are the benefits to the benefits of this? How am I feeling because of this product? What has it done for my mental health, my mindset, my confidence, the inside, right? My energy levels. Outside of just, I lost 5 pounds, strip that away. Benefits to the benefits, okay? Let's see, what are we going to talk about next? Stock images, don't use them. Stock images, Awakend graphics, like just, the pill on a hand like that. Now, if it's your hand, yeah, but like, you know what I mean by stock images, like just like they look cookie cutter, they're from Google, like, you know, or they're the Awakened graphic and stuff. Don't use those. Don't be a spammy butthole. Okay. What do I mean by that? I mean, buy one, get one free today, yo. Okay. You've seen those, or always just selling. People don't want to be sold to, right? They do not show up on Facebook with their credit card in their hand. They go to Amazon for that, right? So don't show up and just spam people with stock images and all kinds of buy one, get one free and sale, all of that. That's what I mean by being a spammy butthole. Let's see. Let's talk about video, live, reels. Okay, I'm going to talk about a story. I'm just because we were on the benefits to the benefits. You want to learn how to become a master storyteller. And so what I mean by this is I'm going to paint you two different pictures, okay? And you're going to see the difference in how I talk. Well, I started this online business. It's been going amazing. I was able to buy presents for my kids this year for Christmas. I've never been able to do that before. Literally, I've been putting Christmas on a credit card for years and years and years. I haven't been able to support my family during that time. And now because of this business, I was able to purchase presents for my kids. It's okay. It's an okay post, right? Now, let me paint you this picture. Tears started rolling down my cheek as I was standing in my kitchen. And I had to walk to my bedroom because I didn't want my kids to see me cry. I sat there on my bed sobbing, wondering how in the world I was going to pay for Christmas this year. I couldn't do it. I had to put it all on credit card once again. And I felt defeated. I have no idea how I'm going to support my kids every year at Christmas time. And then this online business showed up in my life. And because of that, I've been able to completely turn my life around. And this Christmas, I'm able to pay for Christmas in cash, right? So if you bring them into the room with you, and that's just a very short, like I would expand on that if I'm writing it. But like, if you go back to bringing people into the room with you, like, oh, last Christmas was really sad. I couldn't really like support my family at Christmas. I had to put on credit card versus I was standing in the kitchen, tears started rolling down my face. I had to walk into my room so my kids wouldn't see me cry. I had no idea how I was going to support them for Christmas last year. It was a real struggle. I was paycheck to paycheck. And then I was able to find something that I could do on the side along with my full-time job. And this year, because of this online business, my kids are getting the best Christmas they've ever had, all paid in cash. Different, right? Different feel, different vibe. So bringing someone to the room with you, it's just a storytelling tactic, is that you literally go back to the moment in time and paint a picture about the feeling that you were feeling, what was happening, what was going on. It's called bringing them into the room. So you just bring people into the room with you. And I've done this in my posts a lot, a lot with different things, especially storytelling around my addiction as well, right? Like the time I got clean, I brought people into the gas station bathroom with me when I got clean. And instead of just saying, oh yeah, I was able to get clean. You know, I used to be a homeless meth addict. I got clean. I was like, look, I was standing in a gas station bathroom, 80 pounds, track marks all over my arms, thought I was going to die. And that was the moment it all changed for me, right? Very different, very different. So bringing people into the room with you is a very powerful storytelling tactic, especially if we're talking about those posts about like struggles that you've been through in the past, how you've overcome them. If you bring them into the room, they've instantly connected with you. It's an instant connection. They feel like they're there with you, right? So that is a storytelling tip. Let's talk about video and reels and TikToks. If you're not doing video, you're behind the 8 ball. I know it's scary. I know video is scary, right? Because you have to be you on social, you have to like show up in video, but video is the quickest way for the know, like, and trust factor immediately, right? You can make your posts, you know, your selfies, those are great, right? But video, you instantly connect with someone. You instantly see their mannerisms, how they talk, their emotion, their energy, right? You could go to my page and see a picture of me and be like, oh, she seems like a cool person. But then if you watch a video, you're like, oh, okay, she's fire, right? I love her energy. She fired me up. So video connects you to people immediately. It builds that rapport instantly. They instantly are like, I like you or I hate you. And if they hate you, they can just see themselves right off your page, right? They ain't your people. So it just connects you right away. Live video is still great, but a lot of people, it's not as great as it used to be. I built an entire multiple six-figure business all via live video. When live video first launched, I was getting like 10,000 views on my live. It was fire. Live video is not being pushed in the algorithm as much anymore because TikTok ruined it. TikTok made everyone's attention spans 15 seconds or less, basically. And so now everyone's like, I don't have time to watch a live video anymore. It's like 5 minutes long. So now everyone wants video done in 15, 30, and 60-second clips, which is TikTok and Reels. Now, I will say this, I still go live. Live video still has lots of value. Live video is where you can provide value, teach people, entertain people, so don't just be like, oh, Meagan said live video is not a thing anymore. I'm not doing it. It still is a thing. It's just not pushed into the algorithm as much. So people that, if you're on here and you know this, probably if you used to go live or you've been going live for a while, you've probably seen your live views go from big to little to littler to littler. And now the live video views, you're just not getting as many as you used to get. It's just a thing, right? And it's not bad. It's still valuable. So I still think going live has value to it. However, Reels and TikTok is where it's at. Let me say that one more time. Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and TikTok. Those videos are where it's at right now. And Facebook Reels, specifically Facebook Reels, are getting pushed into the algorithm more than any other piece of content right now out there because it's newer on Facebook. TikTok's been doing it for a while, right? And now Facebook, because Facebook got mad that everyone was leaving the Facebook platform to go watch TikTok. So Facebook's like, we got to compete. We got to get people back to our platform. So we're going to introduce Facebook Reels. And so Facebook Reels has launched, and now you're able to generate leads, cold leads that never would have seen your posts, people that are not friends with you, people who do not follow you, see those reels and comment on those reels. So the reason I have enrolled 100 people, a lot of them have been cold leads from TikTok and Facebook Reels. My biggest sales month in my last company, 7 to 10,000 in personal sales, all from Facebook Reels and TikTok. Okay. So here's the thing. I usually make them all on TikTok. You can make them on Facebook. I don't think it's very intuitive on Facebook. If you don't have a TikTok account, it's very easy. Go create one. I could do a whole training with my phone hooked up to show you technically how to make a TikTok. That's a whole other training, but there's lots of free content out there on YouTube. You could just go to YouTube and say how to make a TikTok, right? Very easy. Go to TikTok, follow me on TikTok, see some of the TikToks I've done around product and opportunity, go recreate it. That is what you do. You do not have to be creative, okay? If you're like, I don't know what to make, go follow some people who are in network marketing over on TikTok or on Facebook and watch their reels and just recreate it. The same thing, only you, right? And change it to your product, right? And benefits. But you don't have, that's what TikTok is. It's all trending. It's all like just recreating someone else's video. That is all anyone does. You don't have to worry about, oh, I stole someone's idea. It's not like that. But that literally will change the game for you as far as generating leads. My team just made one this week, and it was just talking about the story of this product specifically. And basically all of the people that on my team did it, they all went semi-viral, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of leads. One of my girls, Heather, enrolled like, 20 people in a week from it. I have enrolled lots of people from it. So it just generated a whole lot of people, a whole lot of leads. And that's what we want to do, right? You want to generate leads for your business. So video, Reels, TikTok, and the same thing applies to your Reels, is that those 5 pillars that you talk about on social media, you can make Reels about that. You can make TikToks about that, right? Show who you are, show your personality. If you're funny, be funny. If you like Star Wars, share that, right? If you're smart, do that. If you are a taxidermist, do that. The reason I say that is because I had this lady on my team who was literally into taxidermy, and she did just weird taxidermy stuff, like exotic animals and stuff. And I was like, that is the weirdest thing ever. This lady had like 100,000 people following her and watching her freaking live videos. She crushed it in network marketing because she went on and did live videos about taxiderming snakes, all this crazy stuff. And she had hundreds of thousands of people watching these, and she blew it up. She was not going live about the product and business. She had people that trusted her because she was a taxidermist. She created those connections, and boom, it was on like Donkey Kong. So then when she did post about her business, or she did post about the product, she had a lot of eyeballs on that, right? That wanted information. So most of the people that I've attracted to my page, attracted to my business, attracted to buying from me are not because of my cute little curiosity post. They're because they've connected with me on some other level, some other post that I've made or a live video, and they get into my inbox and like, man, thanks for sharing that. Like, I went through that and you just inspired a lot of people to like be okay with that or whatever, right? And then a conversation's formed. And then it's like, oh, okay. And then I get to lead the conversation into, hey, well, I love you already. Like, you're totally my people. I have something, I would love to work with you in a different capacity. Would you be open to taking a look at what I have to offer? So you get to lead people. The whole point of social media is not to close people. It's to create conversations. It's not to sell people. It's to create conversations and relationships with people. So then once you have that, once you have them on the hook in a conversation, you get to control that conversation and where it goes next. So video, live video, reels, TikTok, literally where it's at. So don't miss the boat on that, because there's going to be another trend that takes over. We don't know what it is, but social media is always changing. And that's why it's really important to stay relevant and stay up to date on social media trends, because what worked when I started in 2014 on social media does not, if I was still doing that, I would not be winning. I would not be winning. I would be having 2 likes on my posts instead of freaking 500 sometimes, or 700 that I get. I mean, like, my social media engagement, if you go to my social media, you'll see it's popping. I have very high engagement. For my following is not crazy. I don't have like some 30,000 following. I have a following of like 5,700 people, and I have like 4,800 friends. So there's about 10,000 people probably on my page. My engagement's high for that. Like, if you go to some people's page and they have this massive following, like 50,000 followers, and then you see their post, they have like five likes, 5 comments, they're not doing it right. They've not connected with their audience. You want to create a quality following of people who are engaging on your stuff, right? So if you're only posting about the product, only posting about the opportunity, you're not creating that quality following. So you really want people that love you, that are like, man, I love this girl. I could post a burrito and get 500 likes probably, but I'm not going to. But like, that's the kind of following that you want to create. So talked about that. So let's talk about your stories. Okay. I'm going to go over stories and then we're going to wrap this up because I don't want to keep you on here all day. So stories are massive for generating leads. Also, if you are not utilizing stories, you're also behind the 8 ball. Okay. Stories is where you get to show up more behind the scenes, right? Why do you think people watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Because people be nosy about people's life. You could think, and I have a lot of team members that are like, but I'm boring. I have a boring life. Y'all, me too. I work from home. I have kids. I don't barely leave my house, right? And so, but people want to hear about the burrito I'm eating for lunch. Go figure. Stories is where you get to show up as you. I show up in the morning with my robe. I'm taking my coffee, like no makeup, right? And people connect to that. Because if you're only showing up this perfectly polished on social media, my hair is always done, my makeup's always done, on my cute little selfies, right? That's great, but it doesn't really relate to the average Joe, right? Like they're like, because then people subconsciously, not even consciously, but subconsciously might be saying, man, that's great. She can rock this business, but I don't look like that. I don't always have my makeup done. I don't always have my hair done. I can't do what she does, right? But if you show up a little nitty gritty in your stories, you got no makeup on, I got my money robe on, drinking my coffee. They're like, oh, okay. She's just a real chick. She's showing up no makeup. She's just raw and real, talking about struggles or whatever I feel like talking about that day, bringing people into my world, like what I'm doing for the day, what's going on with my kids, providing some value. I provide some value in my stories. I talk a lot about, my thing is manifestation. It's like my jam. So I talk a lot about mindset and manifestation in my stories, but I also talk about my product and opportunity every single day in my stories, every day. You want to show up in your stories as if new people are watching all the time. So if you're showing up and going, oh, taking my Zenith, popping my Zenith, someone new is going to go, what's that? Right. But if you're like, hey, taking this new weight loss supplements, tell a story behind it, right? Revolutionary, never been like, it was back on the market 17 years ago. No one else has it. This is a weight loss product that's helping people in a very different way than most. I'm down 5 pounds. Like, talk about, I'm taking it right now, taking it 30 minutes before my lunch. Then I'm going to eat lunch. This is what it's doing for me. Then in your stories, people are going to go, and repetition. What gets people to buy? What gets people to join? Exposure, repetition, right? So if you talk to someone once about your product or opportunity, cool. But if they're watching your stories every day and you're taking them on your journey every day, finally, they're going to be like, okay, you got me. I need this, right? And they might vote on your stories and they might watch for a while before they're finally like, okay, girl, you got me. I have people that have watched me for years and finally they're like, okay, now what are you doing? I need in, right? So your stories is where you get to, if you have a lot to say, like if you're someone who likes to post a lot on social media, because that was me, I was like posting 5 to 7 times a day. What stories has allowed me is to make my page more quality, right? More value driven. My stories, I get to be wordy. I get to talk about whatever the heck I want. I can post in there all day, share about my product. You can be a little bit more spammy in your stories. Use story graphics, right? Engage with people. Engaging stories are really helpful. Ask people's opinion in stories. People like to give their opinion. So if you're like, oh, going on date night, which one should I wear? A or B? Vote here. People are going to vote, right? Or do you like to travel to the mountains or the beach? Vote here. People are like, oh, vote. What that does is it creates story engagement within your story shown more in the feed. And then when you're at the top of the feed, they're going to see those stories that you post about your product and your opportunity. When you're talking in your stories, use captions. Always use captions. If you're talking in your stories and you're not using captions, a lot of times I can't always listen when I'm watching someone's stories. If I'm watching them like at my daughter's gymnastics, right? It's on silent. But if they have the captions, I know what they're saying. So then I'm not just going to click through. I'm just going to like, oh, read it as they're talking. Captions, if you're talking, no one likes a talking head all day either. So if you're in there and you're just talking all day long, that's boring too, right? So you got to mix it up. Pictures, I use memes a lot. That's where I post a lot of like my controversial stuff. I can be a little bit more loud about my beliefs because then Facebook won't shut me down. So I can be a little bit more like me in my story, right? You can post a little bit more controversial stuff. I like to do funny memes. I like to do quotes. When I find quotes, I put them in my stories. If you're the person that likes a lot of like inspirational quotes about business, whatever, your stories is a great place for that. The sweet spot is about between 7 and 12 story slides per day. Okay. That's kind of the sweet spot. Sometimes mine are less, sometimes mine are more. That's where I share my workouts. That's where I share my food. I share about the business. There's story graphics. I don't know if your team has story graphics. I'd be happy to share some of ours about the product and the opportunity. This is where you want to have a story sequence. So what you want to do is you want to talk first about the product, right? Hey, I'm starting this new fat loss, weight loss product. We're in pre-launch, yada, 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 right? Are you looking for help to get to the root cause of weight management issues? Because this isn't a Band-Aid. This is going to get to your root cause. Very different from any other weight loss product out there. Take a look at these next slides and then vote at the end if it's something that you think you'd want to check out. That's what I'll say in my stories. Then my next slides are story graphics about like the product or the opportunity, you know, whatever one I'm talking about in that moment. It's either going to be the product or the opportunity. I'm not usually mixing both. I'm usually either, hey, you want information about the product or the business opportunity, right? So then I'm going to throw a couple slides in there, right? Story graphic slides. And then on the very last slide, so it might be like a sequence of like 4 or 5, the very last slide, you want to put a poll on there. A poll is on your stories. It's a feature that people vote, right? If you're not using a poll, you're missing out on a lot of leads. People need to be told what to do. They need direction. So if you're just posting up your story graphics, they could think it's the best thing since sliced bread. They could be like, oh my God, this looks amazing. They're never going to ask you for info. But if you put that poll up, and I don't like to give them a no answer. Mine's either like yes or duh, or I want info or and add me to the group, right? Two kind of variations of yes. Because if it's no, I don't really need to know, and they're not going to vote anyway. Like, who cares? If it's no, it's like, okay, well, that's not creating conversation with me. So I don't like to put like yes and no. It's like two like yes versions, and have them vote. Boom, you just now have a warm lead that you get to reach out to and say, hey, thanks for voting on my story about this amazing revolutionary product. I'm so excited to share it with you. I'm going to add you to our ATM group for you to take a look at some information. And then I'm going to follow back. So stories are a great way to be a little spammy, talk about your product. That's where you can talk about your product and opportunity literally every day. And you should be every single day in your stories. On your Facebook wall, you don't want to do that because you're going to get left in the NFL, the no friends left zone, because people are going to think you're a spammy butthole. But so that's where you can be a little bit more of a spammy Pamela Anderson, and people don't care. So I think that's all I got for today. I know that was a lot of information.
Oh my word, Megan, my hand physically hurts. I couldn't write as fast as you were talking. So I am so unbelievably grateful. Guys, if you got some value, drop value in the chat box. I know that I literally have like 7-8 pages of notes here, and I'm going to go back and re-listen because there was a couple of things that I missed. I'm so beyond grateful, Megan, for your time, for your heart, for you to pour into us. I so appreciate you. I'm going to continue to stalk, but I'm not just going to stalk. I'm going to put this stuff into action because I 100% know that this is something that I'm struggling with. So I'm so grateful to be able to have this, to be able to move forward. Really incredible steps, super easy and simple, everything that we can do. So again, Megan, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for having me on. It was nice to meet everyone. Bye,
so
guys.
much love to you. And we're going to watch you guys as you soar. Thank you.
Bye.